Mutual sent me a whole bunch of books, so I'm going to show you them. I was going to blind react to all of these, but that's a lot of editing I need to do, so I'm just going to take these all out and we're going to go through the books. I'll try not to look at them for too long whilst I'm unpacking them. Let's get into it. Actually, my TikTok mutual works in the publishing industry. They had a bunch of books they wanted to give away. I said, I'll take them, let me take them, and I took them. I'm gonna link their Twitch and their TikTok down below and put it on here as well. You should go follow them and check them out because I'm so thankful for all these books, because there's some which I have seen when I opened the box that I really wanted. So yay! Okay, so there are way more books than I thought would be in that box. So I'm gonna put a photo here of all of the books. You're not gonna be able to see all of them, but that's all of the books. That's a lot of books. I'm gonna pick out like 5 to 10 that I want to show off, that I'm really excited about. But that's a lot of books. I am set. I got a couple of duplicates here, but let's go. Honorable mention, another copy of Wretched of the Earth. I have the same copy, so I'm going to give this to probably one of my friends who wants this book. So I have selected 5 books that I really want to read. Obviously there are loads here that I really want to read as well, but I'm just going to show you 5 that I have very difficultly picked out, and I'm going to go through them in no particular order, actually, except for the last one, which is the one I want to read the most, or at least I've seen the most. So, first up, we have Rabindranath Tagore's selected poems. Rabindranath Tagore is a Bengali poet, or at least a poet from the Bengal. Don't get me started on this, okay? There's just a lot of history there. And he is like one of the colonial era poets from the Indian subcontinent, I'll use that instead, who was really inspiring and wrote a lot and is like heralded amongst scholars and poets and artists, especially from people from the subcontinent. So very excited for this. Like, this is the kind of thing where I'm like, oh, maybe I wouldn't pick this up myself, but I've got it now, haven't I? Mornings with My Cat Me. Let's be honest, if you are a regular viewer of this channel, and if you're new also, you should know this, I love books about cats. I particularly love books by Japanese authors about cats. They almost never miss. There's only one that's ever missed for me. You can find that video somewhere on my channel for you to read. But Japanese author, book about cats. The blurb: it was the end of summer, 1977. I found a cat, a little ball of fluff, a teeny tiny baby kitten. Ooh, teeny tiny baby kitten, huh? Ooh. And it's also by the same person who translated She and Her Cat. I'm not going to leak anything about that story or book, but cat, Japanese author, cat, very excited. Mother Mary Comes to Me by Arundhati Roy. If you don't know who Arundhati Roy is, she is one of the great, in my opinion, greatest authors, both fiction and non-fiction, to come out of India. The God of Small Things was one of the greatest books to ever be written. She is a fantastic non-fiction author as well. I love her book. I think it's Azadi. She has one with John Cusack, Things That Should Not Be Said, or Things That Cannot Be Said, which is a really interesting read and teaches you a lot about capitalist powers and what they do, and then just the horrible, disgusting stuff they have done to human beings. She is being censored by the Indian government because of her critiques of extremist far-right actions by the Indian government at the moment. Spectacular, brilliant author. You know, this is her memoirs, but genuinely go off and read Arundhati Roy if you can. Anything by her is really great. I have read more of her non-fiction than her fiction. I've only read God of Small Things as her fiction works, but just genuinely, I'm very looking forward to this memoir, because even like in her non-fiction, whenever she writes about her own life, or even when she does like forewords and stuff about her own life, it is super engaging as well. Next up is a super interesting book, Paulo Freire's The Pedagogy of the Oppressed. This is actually no. Paulo Freire is a Brazilian Marxist philosopher inspired by Hegel as well, and this is him basically talking about kind of how the oppressed can liberate themselves, how they can fight back, what the lot of the oppressed is, and kind of what can be done. Is it necessarily just going to be educating them? Do they have to fight? Do they have to actually, you know, take up arms? Can they just do it through entryism or electoralism? Or is it, you know, you need the actual fervent revolution and stuff? It's super, like, this is like, looking forward to this. And especially as someone who's trying to understand philosophy, get into philosophy, potentially go off and study philosophy, just a great pickup for me. Shout out to my friend. And finally, a book that I've actually looked at multiple times and wanted to buy, but simply didn't pick it up because I didn't have a bag with me, or I was like, I can't spend any more money today. We Are Not Numbers. This book, I think if you go into any, especially left-wing bookstore, but also I think I've seen it in like a Waterstones or something as well, this book is everywhere, and I've flicked through it when I've seen it in bookstores, and I've really impressed by it, and I've really wanted to pick it up. So being able to get this now is just great for me. It's awesome. I can't wait to read this. Oh, I just like a powerful collection of essays from the voices of Gaza's youth. This is important, you know. I've spoken about another book called Gaza Writes Back, which was collected by Rafat al-Hariri, the man who did the If I Must Die poem, who was murdered by the Israelis in 2023, and he put together a book called Gaza Writes Back, which is all about a collection of young people from Gaza writing stories and essays and poetry about life in Gaza after, I believe, the 2009 attacks by Israel. And so this is, I wouldn't call it a successor, but it's like a spiritual successor to this book. It is writings of young people in Gaza, writing about what it's like, writing their feelings, writing what's going on with them. It's so important to hear the voices of the people who are being oppressed. You know, there's a reason why oppressors go out of their way to stop allowing people talking about their oppression. You know, there's a reason why, like in Indian occupied Kashmir, they have blackouts, they have no internet available, which is why in places like Sudan and the Congo, that the paramilitary groups and the enslavers do their darndest to stop people coming in and recording the messages of the people being impacted, while they stop people inside smuggling out you know, photos, hard drives, writing or anything. There's a reason why journalists aren't allowed into Gaza, because it is the oppressors trying to stop the voice of the oppressed getting out and calling for the people to come together to help them from their oppression. And something like this is that those voices, is that call out to the wider world. This is what has happened to us. This is how we're feeling. This is what is going on. And I saw this book. It was on top of the pile, and I was like, thank you. If this was the only book that my friend gave me, I would be ecstatic. I'm just so glad I've gotten so many. And these will, all the ones, if they're duplicates, they're going to go somewhere. They're going to go to a charity shop. They're going to go somewhere where someone can read them. And if they're not duplicates and I read through them and I don't have space on my shelves, they're going to go to charity. They're going to go to people who need the books and who need to be able to read them. So, special shout out to my friend. I will show their information and tag them down below if I get their permission, of course, to do such. If I do, thank you so much. If not, still thank you so much. I won't drive traffic to you. It's great. I love books. Books are so great. And I'm blessed. I'm very lucky. Like, I hope this doesn't come across as boastful. I just wanted to share. Well, I was going to make a video with all the books, but as I was unloading, because I hadn't unloaded the box when I decided to do the video, then as I was unloading it, I was like, oh, that's a lot of books. I'm not going to get through all of them. But Yeah, I'm very blessed. I'm very lucky. I'm also blessed to have such wonderful members. Members are people who are part of my audience who contribute a little bit and they get extra videos. They get to be part of a book club that we've got. August, we are reading Kitchen by Banana Yoshimoto. They also get input in what videos I make. They get to see videos early, and you can join from as little as £1 a month. There are other tiers available as well. And also, I am blessed that you have gotten to this part of the video. If you have, thank you so much. Comment box down below, because these came in a big box, which I will utilize for box reasons. But yeah, thank you so much for getting here. Thank you to my friend again for the books. I'm blessed. I truly am. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share the video with a family member, and I hope you read a great book today.